Welcome back, Loomers. It's Will from Art by WillScott, and in this video session we're going to be doing the legs for Venusaur, and I'm going to show you how to be able to do one of the legs and how to start on the next one, okay? But I'm only going to do one on here, and then you guys can be able to do the next one on your own. You're just going to be following the opposite steps of what I just showed you, but I'll let you know how to be able to do it. First things first, we need to go ahead and create the three toes that Venusaur has, and for that we are going to be working with two bands, okay? And I'm just going to do them right here on this one, okay? And I want you to go ahead and grab those two white bands and cap them, and you're going to place them right here, okay? Remember, we're always starting where our arrows are at. Next, you're going to go ahead and grab one white band. You're going to cap that one. And I go ahead and put a cap band right here 4 times. Okay. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and loom that. Okay. Once you have it loomed, go ahead and take it out of your peg, and you're going to need 2 of your body color, okay? You're going to transfer these bands through these 2 bands. So go ahead, best thing to do is just go ahead and go like this and then flip it over, okay? Now that you have it at this point, you're going to add it right here. Then you're going to go ahead and grab 2 more bands for your body color. Add them right there. And now we're going to go ahead and do toe number 2. So again, let's just go ahead and grab 2 bands, cap them. Put them right there. 1 band, cap that one. And then put this one around 4 times. Okay. And then go ahead and loop that up. Okay, take it off your peg. Grab again 2 bands for your body color, the turquoise, and transfer those onto it. Okay, and go ahead and put those right here. One more foot, okay, before I seal that up. I'm gonna go ahead and again 1 white, and cap it with 1 white 4 times. And then loop it. Take it out. Before you add it on to the other one, just go ahead and put your 2 bands right here, okay? And now go ahead and grab your 2 bands that are going to be transferred on. And put it right here. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and create a hexagon. You're going to add 2 bands here, 2 bands here, 2 bands here, and 2 bands here, 2 bands here, 2 here, and 2 here. Okay, your toes should be right here. All right, and this is going to be the left front foot. Okay, and in order to be able to do the right foot, we're only going to be moving these, shift them 1 over. Okay, and I'll show you how to be able to do it a little bit later on. At this point, we're going to do the kaleidoscope pattern in here. we're going to grab 2 bands, and I want you to go ahead and put them into that kind of star formation. First, you want to add these on all your corners, going towards the inside. When you have all 6 corners done, you're going to go ahead and grab 2 bands still, and you're going to go and make upside down V's between the corners. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and do our ones that are right here in the middle. And I want to start right here from the bottom, okay, and going towards the middle. Then I want to go ahead and do this one next, and just keep going clockwise. And push your bands down so you can have room for everything else. You're going to grab 2 bands and you're going to wrap it around on the middle 3 times. So that's going to be 1, that is 2, and that is 3. Okay, remember 2 bands. And then you need to go ahead and grab 1 band. You're going to wrap it around on these 5 points 4 times, okay? Sorry, on the 6 points. You're going to wrap them around 4 times, so you want a cap band on each one. There's my second one. This one's my third one. My fourth. Fifth and 6th one. Okay. Now that your kaleidoscope is done, then you're going to go ahead and start to loom. Alright, but first let me go ahead and show you how to be able to start off with your second one, okay? You can be able to do them both at the same time, or you can just go ahead and do one at a time and then work on your second one after. Let me just go ahead and show you how it's going to show up right here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so at this point, you see the difference? Our white toe is right here, but on this one, it's going to be on this one, not here. So on the top one, it's right here, but we're going to shift it right here for the other foot. And this one's right here, but we're going to shift it onto this foot, onto this one, okay? Alright, I'm going to leave this here as a pattern just so you can be able to keep following along. If you want to do the same kaleidoscope pattern onto this one, go ahead and do so. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and start looping everything right here from the middle. You want to go ahead and grab these bands first, okay? These are the first 2 bands you're going to grab. So take your stick out, your hook out, alright, and then go ahead and loop around and then place them on the peg right there. Okay. And oh, I grabbed a little too many bands. This one's actually from here, so I'm just gonna go in here. This one belongs to this one. Okay, now the next one, grab the next 2 bands, and those go up. Next 2 bands. Go here. Next 2. And the last two. Okay. Now we're going to go in through the cap band and grab the top two bands, which I can see are these. Okay. So I'm just going to go in, grab those two. Yeah, I'm pulling two. The next two. And your final two bands. Okay. Now keep going all around. Best if you look at it from the sides. Here. These are the top ones, so I want to grab those two. Okay. I feel like I always get a workout doing this because I get so tired. Yeah. Okay, now that all my pattern has been completed, you can go ahead and do the same thing on this one if you're doing that. If not, then just go ahead and continue. What we're going to do is we're going to start doing that same pattern that we did for Venusaur's head. We're going to start flipping everything over. Okay, the first thing that you want to notice is you notice how this one on top of these. Okay, so I want to go ahead and flip these first, and they're right on top of everything. So I'm going to flip these next, then I'm going to flip these, then I'm going to flip these, and then this one, and I notice it's not on top anymore, so I'm just going to go ahead and flip this one, and then flip this one. It's kind of hard because it's at a weird angle. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to flip this one first because it's on top, and this one because it's going to be easier for me to do that one. This one's on top, so I'm going to flip this one, and then this one's on the bottom, so I'm going to flip it next. Okay, and then from here, this one's on top. Flip that one first, and then this one. Okay. This one's on top. Flip that one, and then flip this one. I want to make sure I'm grabbing the correct bands. This one's on top, and this one. Okay, so for this one, I've already flipped that one, so this is the last one. Okay. Once you've flipped all of them, that's our first flip. We need to do 2 more flips, so push everything down. Go ahead again, put 2 bands, okay, all around again. This pattern sure eats a lot of my bands. don't know how many packs I've used already. Notice how I'm always pushing down with my fingers. Okay, now again, you're going to flip over the bottom 4 bands. And you want to leave the well, these have, I think, 6 or 7. Sorry, 6 or 8. I think they have 8. So just go ahead and leave the top 4 remaining bands, okay? I like to swivel around because it makes it a little easier to find that hole. Be careful at this point because I do not want to flip any of the wrong bands because there's so many bands right here. Going through there. Okay, I want to go ahead and have my my toes come out through here, so I want to make sure they are popping up, just like that. So make sure they all are popping up like that. And push everything down because we're going to go on to our 3rd row. Okay, now go ahead and flip over your 3rd row. This should be easy because it's all 4s. Okay, alright, our 3rd row is done. What I like to do at this point is I like to use my crochet hook or any rod, and I want to go ahead and kind of take it out of these so that way it starts to pop up, because we want our leg to start growing from the top. You can use your hook as well, but I like to use the rod part of it because the hook doesn't get caught in any of the bands when I do it like this. See what I mean? Okay. Alright. So it's going to continue growing upwards. That's what we want. Alright. Now we're going to go on to our fourth row. Our fourth row is actually different because it's all capped bands with single. Okay, so you're going to do single capped bands on everything all around. Okay, now let's go ahead and flip over everything. So you should only be leaving the capped bands. Okay, that row is done. So now we're going to go back to double bands. Okay, we're going to do this 4 times. Okay, so our first row again with double bands. Okay, now flip over the bottom 4 capped bands. I think it's going to be, yeah, should be still 4. Okay. I'm losing a band right there. I do not want that. I'm just going to catch it. There we go. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna tug on this gently so I can be able to make sure it's still growing. Okay. Row number 2. And I meant row number 2 because this is our second row with double bands again, because I started recounting after the capped ones. Okay, let's flip over. Okay, let's do row number 3. Okay. Flip. Okay. Gonna tug on this again so it can start growing. Okay, so you see how it's popping up? It's exactly what we want. Now to do our final row, until we change our pattern. This is going to be row number 4. Because after this we're going to change our, we're going to do something a little bit different. Okay, we're going to flip. Okay, now that we are right here, we're going to go ahead and do something a little bit different. Since this is our left foot, we're going to be having a gap right here, okay? But if you're doing your right foot and you're doing it on this one, you're going to do your gap on these. Here's what I mean by that. You're going to grab 2 bands and you're going to start off from here to here, okay? And you're going to go and continue your way around until you get to this point. So you're not going to put bands on these 2 or these 3 pegs, okay? But these 2 spots should be empty. And let's just continue so I can show you how to do it for your right foot. Okay, now I stopped right here and I started off on this one, so these 2 should be empty. If you're doing it on this one, you're going to start right here, okay, and you're going to work your way around adding them until you get to this spot. So these 2 should be empty, okay. Alright, so now when you start to flip over everything, you're not going to flip over these because there's only 2 bands right here. We want 4, so there's 4 bands up here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the 4 on the bottom, and I'm going to start flipping from there. Oops, I want that one to stay there. Okay, and go ahead and continue working your way around until you get to the end of the other side. Gonna continue going from this side. Alright, so I'm done with that one because there's only 1 set of bands right here, and there's only 2 because there's nothing right here. Okay, I do not want to flip the bottom ones on that one. I want to leave it like so. Now, remember, if you're doing your other foot as well, you're not gonna flip the ones right here. You're gonna stop on these, just like right here. We stopped on these two because we're not flipping these, obviously. Let's go on and do our next row. Since we started off right here, we're gonna start off on this one instead. Okay, so you're gonna do double bands right there. And of course, we're just going to stop right here. Okay? So you should have a backwards C. Okay? So you're not going to put any bands on these or any bands on here. Now we're going to flip. Right here, again, there's only 2 bands on this one. So we're not going to flip those. We're going to start flipping from here. And we're going to continue flipping all these up to here. You're not going to flip these, okay? So continue flipping all the way up until you get to the top. And this is my last one. Okay. So again, I'm going to stop right there because I do not want to flip these. There's only 2 bands that are left over and I want the 4 on top. Okay. Or at least minimum of 4. I'm going to keep pulling this up so it'll keep growing. So it's getting longer, alright? Now, after that is done, we're going to go ahead and fill the whole thing all around. Okay, so go ahead and start wherever. I'm going to start from this side right here. Okay, and I'm going to fill it all the way around. Okay. Now flip everything under these 4 bands. Okay, right here there's obviously more than 4 bands, so we're just gonna go ahead and grab all these. Okay, and I want to flip it over until you have the 4 bands left over. Okay, you see how I have my 4 bands left over? So continue doing that on all your pegs. This one obviously has a lot. Move on to this side. There's a lot on this one. This one also has quite a lot. So you want to be careful to grab them all. Keep missing one band. There we go. Alright. Now I have them all. We're going to do the same thing again. Where we're going to leave these two empty. So we're going to start off from here. And work our way around until we get to this peg. Okay? You're going to do the same thing on this one if you're doing it again. You're going to start off from here and work your way around until you get to this peg. If you guys are working on both of your legs at the same time, hopefully you're pausing so that way you can catch up. Obviously it's a little late now to tell you this, but hopefully you caught it. Again, I'm leaving these two empty, so go ahead and flip over everything except these. So you're going to go on straight to this one. Go to this side. I obviously stopped on this one, so I'm going to go out directly onto this one, okay? Grab those bottom four. Continue to flip. And there. Okay. I always keep kind of shifting it around so that way it keeps growing upwards, alright? But make sure you push your bands down. And oh, I'm not done right here. No, yeah, I'm not supposed to flip those. Okay, good. Now, again, we're gonna go ahead and leave these be, and we're gonna start off on this one, okay? So here's our opening, and here's our three pegs. So you're gonna skip those, and you're gonna get directly onto this one, okay, with two bands. And you're going to do your pattern C again, and you're going to leave this one by itself. You're going to stop on this one. The same thing if you're doing it right here. You're obviously going to skip these three, so you're going to go on directly to this one, and you're going to move your way around and stop on this one, okay? And I'm going to stop right here. So these are empty, 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 okay? Now you're going to start looming. Again, you're going to leave these behind, and you're going to go directly to these because there's 4 bands right here, and then there's only 2 bands right here. So let's go ahead and grab the bottom bands. Oop, this one's falling off. Let me fix that, put it back on there. Actually, this is cheapo band. How did I get that? Put a good one in there. Gonna go to the other side. So this one only has 2 bands, so I'm gonna leave that one behind. I'm gonna do just this one, okay? Oops, nope. This one also has just these 2 bands. So I'm done. It's just that C part that was done. Okay, I think I'm done. Yes, it should be done already. So here's what we're gonna do. we are going to grab 2 bands at a time, okay? And with the help of your hook, you're gonna go through. You're gonna go through the one where initially you had those 2 openings, okay? And you want to go through the middle one, okay? Go through that middle one. You're gonna pull your 2 bands through it. Keep them on your hook, okay? Because now you want to go ahead and go through this hole of the hook and grab a hold of those bands now with your hook. Swivel them inside so that way you can take it out. Okay. And now you should have this. Okay. When you have that, now you're going to go ahead and put on a slip knot. Make sure it's a different color. I'm going to go. There's a lot of twisting going around. Let me fix that. I'm going to tug on this a little bit. I'm just going to go and flip this over on my hook. So it's not twisting anymore. There we go. Alright. Now that it's not twisting anymore, I can go ahead and put on my slip knot. Pull it through those bands and reclaim it. And now slip it through. Alright. There's one. Now we're going to go on to move. Since these 2 are connected, we're going to connect these 2. I'm going to go on to this one. Grab another band to use as a slip knot. Whoops. No, sorry. We need our 2 bands. I'm sorry. Our 2 body color, or turquoise. You're going to pull them through. Keep it on your hook. Now you're going to go through this hole. And I want to reclaim this end. Now that it's on my hook, I'm going to pull it out. Okay, now I can go ahead and put my slip knot. Again, grab 2 turquoise colors. Okay, since these 2 are connected and whoops, these 2 are connected, so you're gonna skip this one. You're gonna connect these 2. You're gonna go onto this one. Okay. Grab your 2 bands, pull them through. Okay. Keep it on your hook, and I'll go through this one. Pull it out. Reclaim. And pull them out. Just like that. Now go ahead and grab your slip knot. Pull it through those bands and slip it through. Now these 2. Grab your 2 bands. And you're going to go through this one. Grab your 2 bands. There. Go through this one. Claim it on your hook. Pull it through. Yes, I have that correct. Grab your slip knot now. And slip it through. Okay. Alright, we need 2 more. So you should have 6 in total. Right now we only have 4. See, we only have 4. Let's go into this one. Grab our 2 bands. And this angle's a little hard. Okay, now go through this hole. Reclaim it on your hook. Alright, now grab your slip knot. Pull it through these. Oops. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to grab this end so I can hold it with my fingers. Okay. Again, I'm going to go through here. Reclaim it. Pull it through. Grab my slip knot. slip it through. Okay, last one right here. Go through these two, grab your 2 bands. Okay. Now right here, okay, this is a very hard angle. Grab those bands with my hook. Okay. There's my four bands. Grab my slip knot and pull it through and pull it through. Now that all my sides are done, I can go ahead and take it off. You should be able to do the same thing for this side, okay? Okay. Now you see how there's this kind of opening, this kind of awkward shape right there. So I'm just gonna tug in this a little bit so I can start getting that shape. You're gonna have a whole bunch of loose bands down here. And that's totally fine. Here's how you're gonna fix it. You're gonna open this up just like that. Now you're gonna go in and pull these loose bands in there and just tug on them. You're gonna tug on all of them. Okay, so here, let me show you how it's looking like. I'm pulling on, and you see how it's just tightening up. Okay, and you're gonna continue going until you have made sure that all the bands on the other side are tight, and just keep pulling on all the loose bands that are going around. Okay, when you can't really tell anymore, then just flip it over, and I don't see any more loose bands, so I've done my job completely. Okay, you see how this side, it's kind of angling like this? You want your other foot, when you take it out, to angle the opposite way, so you know you did it correctly. And you see how it's just like that? Okay, so it's obviously going like this. Okay, after a while it's going to start to take that shape, so you want to just go ahead and continue just shaping it like that. Okay, because this is going to be your left foot, this is going to be your right foot after you finish this one and take it out. These are your front legs. Okay, and let's move on to the back legs now. The back legs, I'm going to do the exact same thing on top right here, just a little bit longer, but we're going to keep this same configuration so you can do your right leg. So this is the back leg. Let me show you the difference. Okay, do you see how the back leg is longer? Okay, so these are my 2 front ones, and this is going to be my back one. We're going to do the same exact thing right here, just a little bit longer. Let me show you.